What's going on, guys? We're back here with the yz250 enduro update build. Out here on the trail, trying out the shorty, my girl lover. I love it. Feels great. No complaints at all with that. Got about 4 hours on that so far. Also, the Fastway kickstand, thing's a beast. Other than my bolt being stripped out from my subframe, which I put a nut in the back, and it's got some close clearances with the chain, but it's not hitting. Got to drill and tap that out. Holding up good. Love the kickstand. Like I said, I can just drop it, stand up, walk around. Don't have to find a tree anywhere, even though there's a million trees back here. But it's just nicer to have it on the trail, especially when you're riding with other people. Got done doing a little bit of single track back here, some tighter stuff. Yeah, I can't wheelie over this huge log yet, but we're making progress. I just go up around, find another way, and we're back in a deep part of the woods, basically, up my camp. So she's running great. I went on a wild goose chase trying to find a trail out near Kennerdale, and I got lost, made a wrong turn, so got about 12 miles on this out in the road trying to find this trail. Mostly fire roads and stuff. My flywheel weight came loose and it was making a weird noise. I guess it just kind of vibrated loose. I guess I didn't Loctite it good enough, or use any Loctite whatsoever, which you must do clearly. So I was riding the bike low RPM. You can hear this really crappy like rattle, and I'm like, oh god, my crank bearings are shot. Turns out it's the flywheel weight. It got loose, it backed out a couple turns, so it started rubbing on the outside of the ignition case cover right there. Popped that off, tightened it back down. That's why I always bring my tools with me. Never know. Impact wrench. Gave some ugga dugs for the time being, and we're gonna Loctite it later on when we get home. So I don't have any Loctite up here. Overall, bike's great. Would not recommend riding this thing on a long distance road ride, desert at all. That's why they made the yz250X, because this gear ratio is a lot closer. Kind of sucks for that kind of use, which I don't really use it for anyway. But I'm also geared up 1351, so it's kind of buzzy. I think the top speed's like 58 or close to 60. With that gear ratio and my weight, I'm about 210 pounds. Love the bike. It's almost been 2.5 years since I picked this thing up and did a shit ton of mods to it. Shit ton of replacement parts. Sorry, my boots are kind of squeaky. Nuts, bolts, all the way up from the frame to the handlebars. A lot of shit needed done to this, but mainly it was the crank seal that was sucking gear oil in there. That was one of the biggest things I overlooked when I picked this thing up, because you know how Craigslist is. Runs great. Meanwhile, linkage clapped out, crank seal bearing was fucked. Nothing horrible though. I mean, nothing like catastrophic, so I guess it's kind of a win. But yeah, 2.5 years of owning this thing. I love it. Wouldn't trade it for the world unless I get another one, or an Axe model maybe, because of the different gear ratios and a different power valve and head. But this XC Dome is great. I love it. Still running it from Apex Technical Innovations. I had the SX. Didn't really like it that much. It's way too snappy. It's way too much for this type of trail riding up here. It's kind of pipey. This has a lot more low end. I feel like it lugs more. Lugs a lot easier. So just a little update. Middle of summer here. Hot as balls. Got up to about 90 today. Lights are holding up pretty good too after that rainstorm a few months ago. And he's working pretty good. Yep. Pipe guard's holding up good. Haven't really smashed anything too bad on it yet, but I've taken it off a couple times, inspected it, and it's pretty damn good. Carbon fiber, P3. Rag guards, same thing. We're gonna check the jetting here. Looking like a little bit rich, but not too bad. I like it a little on the rich side because you're a little bit safer. It runs a little bit cooler as well. Obviously I got to get a new gasket back here for the silencer. It's leaking. The other one ripped on me. They just need to have like a huge 3-inch freaking piece of rubber with some nice big hose clamps on it or something. I don't know why they go with that little tiny piece of shit rubber. So yeah, cheap grips are okay. Starting to rip a little bit, but I got some Pro Taper pillow tops to throw back on it. For what it's worth, they're alright. $8 or whatever the hell they are. Yes, that's my little update video on the yz250 enduro. Sorry if I'm a little out of breath. I just got done from riding for about an hour. 90 degrees out here. We're gonna keep filming on the GoPro. Deer should be coming out, so I gotta be careful. It's getting dusk now. All the headlights on and everything. Alright, thanks for watching.